Welcome to Amplified, the podcast presented by Ampster, and I'm your host, Dave, and alongside with me, as usual, is the co-host, Bilal. And sitting in with us today is our special guest. Her name is Shaleena. She's a woman of many talents. She's a poet, hairstylist, gospel songwriter, an artist of spoken words, entrepreneur of vintage culture collections, and natural hair and skincare business, the Loc Shop. And now, Bilal.
Greeting, everyone. We're happy to have our guest, Shaleena, also known as the Artist of Words. And as Dave says, she's in various different other activities, and which we're going to go into a little bit more in the program. Introduce yourself, Shaleena.
Hey everyone, I am Shaleena, aka the Artist of Words. I am also an entrepreneur, vintage culture collections. It is an all natural hair care and skincare line, plus accessories. We can't forget the accessories. And also owner of the Loc Shop.
When Bilal actually told me about that vintage of collection, I was actually thinking maybe, what is this vintage thing? Is it like, do you have like old combs? But I think you already just addressed what you do. And why did you name it the vintage collection?
Because first of all, I consider myself vintage, like myself just as a person, because everything about me is vintage, from my dress to, if I do decide to wear jewelry, even like my hair jewelry, everything is like vintage. And even like my labeling for my package, products that I create, I have a collection of hooded scarves, bracelets, everything has like that vintage feel. Even in my house, like I just love everything vintage. So it's a collection. I had to put the stamp of who I am on everything that I do. So it's just everything is like all vintage.
Okay, cool. So I'm glad we straighten that out. I thought you had like old wooden combs and all that stuff.
Yeah, he wanted me to elaborate on the word vintage, but I said I will allow you to do that. I told him you'll be very well able to express your meaning behind that yourself.
Okay.
I might have some old combs around here. I don't know.
Artist of Words. Explain that to our audience. How would you explain that type of expression of art form?
The Artist of Words. So how you have an artist that paints portraits and pictures and things like that. Well, it's the same with me for my words. So each spoken word piece that I do creates a picture for the mind, hence the name, the Artist of Words.
Okay, so you're saying that in a sense that words can be done artfully. It's a form of communicating ideas, like in songs. Some people sing words. You express ideas and concepts by the use of words.
Yes, my ink pen is kind of like the paintbrush that artists use.
Okay.
To create those words.
And would you consider that a form of poetry, or not putting you in any one category? But when you're doing spoken word, is there any category that you would put yourself in, or is it just one of the categories?
I would say one of the categories, because when it comes to poetry, there's no particular type of verse. I can write on just about anything. I've done things for bar mitzvahs and birthdays and anniversaries and things of that nature. But for the most part, everything that I write is inspirational, and it is used to uplift people, motivate people, get them through things that they may be going through. But there's no one particular style of verse that I write on. I can write on anything.
So what inspired you? I mean, why did you want to become a spoken word artist?
I love everything about it. Like, poetry is my love. I started off in hip hop. Like, I was a rapper. My stage name was Petite.
Petite?
Because I'm very petite. So, Petite, yeah. And kind of funny, because I was like this hardcore rapper. I'm like 5 pounds soaking wet, and I'm coming out, we got the microphone, and coming out with these hardcore lyrics. Poetry and spoken word, like, I just love everything about it. So, at the end of my pieces, or like when I had to do my, to tell about myself, mm-hmm. I always put country girl from the city, because I'm from the country, raised in the city. And I always say, I am the ink that flows from my pen, because everything that comes from me when I'm writing is always true. But I try to, for me, when I'm in writing mode, I try not to listen to or read any other poet while I'm creating, because I don't want to take anything or have any ideas from someone else being used, not even on purpose. So I kind of stay away from that while I'm in the mode of creating.
Mm-hmm. When you say you're a country girl, I think is what you said. What part of the country? Where are you originally from?
Originally, I'm from Brunswick, Georgia.
Brunswick, Georgia?
Brunswick.
Okay.
Yep, Brunswick, Georgia. I still have family there. I still have some of those country traits,
Mm-hmm.
I love to cook. I'm very family oriented.
Okay.
So I still have that Southern hospitality going on here in the city.
Good family values to have.
Yes.
Okay.
I was also checking out your Instagram. It says you're also a gospel songwriter.
I first of all want to say I can't sing a lick. So I can write the music, I just can't sing. So I'm actually in the process of trying to get it out there, like trying to put it out there where other artists can actually pick up on it and sing it. So, which is a task, but one that I'll continue with, because I cannot sing. And coming from a background of family members that can sing,
Mm-hmm.
growing up, it just bypassed me. So I just mainly write and hoping to put it out there where someone will, want to pick it up, and some of the gospel artists that's out there now. So, that's my hopes. That's what I'm pushing for.
So any gospel artists out there that are looking for someone that can write some music, lyrics for gospel songs, you would be available to share some of the works that you have already done or maybe doing in the future?
Absolutely. I have a gazillion gospel songs right now. Any music, any topic, thing that they would like for me to write on, I'm available to do so.
So at the end of the show, we're going to give them your contact information so that they can reach out to you.
Listen, I was going to ask, since you can't sing a lick, so you say, why don't you rap? Gospel.
That's funny, because I actually, some years ago, it wasn't a group, but it was a group of us that was actually recording a gospel CD, and it was just that. It was like hip hop. They called it holy hip hop, and it was just the wrong the people that I was dealing with. It started off as everything was cool, we were traveling and going places, and I performed places, and we all, I went to Boston. I was in North Carolina, and we was recording this holy hip hop CD, which was really good. I still have a couple of songs on Reverb Nation.
Okay.
But it was the gentleman who was managing us, he was a little shysty, so that's how that went. We had people backing us. We had Latoya Beasley from the radio station in New York backing us. Her brother Derek Beasley, he was backing us. We had the Ford Motor Company. They were going to give us all cars, and everything was going well. Our lawyers, everything was in place, but the gentleman who put everything in place was doing some shysty stuff, so it ended up falling through, and I just kind of fell back from it. All the while though it was taking place, I absolutely stayed in prayer, because I'm like, Lord, if this is the direction you have for me to go, then it is, and if it's not, I asked to reveal anything that was not going according to his plan. So that's kind of what happened with that. But I don't have a problem with writing, and if someone asked me to be featured as a spoken word artist CD, I absolutely would do it.
And again, I want to remind our audience, we're going to give them your contact information at the end of this segment or interview. Dave?
Damn. Was he a brother? Vishnu
Yes.
Shyster.
Yeah, I was upset about it. We did our photo shoot, and I mean everything. It was like he paid for studio time. Our contracts were done. It wasn't one of those things where it was like, oh, we're gonna put this money out front. Even with the car dealership, it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna put this money out front and you guys are gonna have to pay it back later. It wasn't even something like that. Not the studio time, not anything. And it was all in a contract. He just was doing some crazy mess. And like I said, everybody was backing us, and just on the strength of they believed that it was gonna go well. Like, they believed in what we were doing, so they wanted to contribute as much as possible, any way possible. It was just him that was doing some mess.
Like you have said, maybe the Lord has some other plans for you and your whole group at that particular time.
Absolutely.
So I hope you found where that path taken you or took you.
Yeah, it puts me, I believe it puts me right here where I am because it makes me have to focus. I was just saying the other day, 2 days ago, how I was like so super tired because I went to bed like 2:00 in the morning, but it was a good go to bed 2:00 in the morning because I was up and I was writing, working towards what it is that I really want to do, working on the gifts that God instilled in me to do, because I'm like, Lord, I know you didn't bless me with these gifts for nothing. So I want these gifts to make room for me, and I want them to serve the purpose that you put them in me to serve. So even though I was up late, I was like, it's, to whom much is given, much is required. So I had to put in the work to have these things for these gifts that God blessed me with to make room for me. So I had to put in that work.
And yes, absolutely. So what is the Loc Shop?
The Loc Shop. I love everything about locks. Hence I have. I just love everything about it. Like the natural hair, I've always loved everything about our natural hair. And I specialize in starting locks, maintaining locks. I make the products that's used to maintain them as well as start them. And it's all natural. Everything is all natural. Even down to preserving them, everything is 100% natural. And I started the company in 2004 as far as creating the products, but I've been doing actual locks about 26 years. Long time I've been doing locks. Started out with my own hair and word of mouth. Hey, who did your hair? I did. You do other people's hair? Sure. And that's how it got started. And so the name came about, which is funny. I was actually asleep and I jumped up like 1:00 in the morning and I was like, the Loc Shop, the Loc Shop, the Loc Shop. And I said it like 6-7 times to keep it in my mind because I didn't want to get up and write it down. And then I got up the next morning and I said, that's what it's going to be called, the Loc Shop.
Is there a Loc Shop website? Anything like that?
Everything is posted on my Instagram and my Facebook page. There's a not Believers in Business. There's a Black-owned New Jersey business website. I post everything on there also.
Okay. I never had locks myself, but I had twisties. But Lord Jesus, I would never get it again because
why not?
It straightens out your hair, but after a while it tangles, and it's tangled and it's hard. Go ahead.
If it tangled, then how long did you have them in there for?
I think 2-3 weeks.
3 weeks, and it started tangling.
Does that classify as having it or just trying it?
No. It worked. I mean, it did what it needed to do. But it's like later now, my hair is all messed up. It's all kinky. And I can't get these knots out of here. It's taking out my damn hair.
But that's your natural, That's all natural.
So
hair.
Was it like a coil or was it
coiled?
Like, yeah.
I'm never ever doing it again.
Do you have soft hair?
I don't know, but I know it's nappy. I mean, it's okay. It's soft if you put some what they call that, spray or something on.
Well, it depends on the texture of the hair. That kind of determines how quickly your hair will tangle opposed from one person to the next.
So you also do hair cares, right, at the same time? So you know how to texture and maintain and nurture the hair and take care of it?
Absolutely. I don't use any chemicals though. So like relaxing and stuff like that is just 100% natural. All the products are geared for natural care of your hair. I focused on the moisture factor, elasticity, your scalp health, because your scalp health is like the most important. So if your scalp is not healthy, then your hair is not going to grow properly. So my main focus first was the health of your scalp. So all of my products have herbal properties in them, which I extract the herbs from the leaves themselves. And it helps with the health of your scalp. So if you have any fungus or bacteria, irritation or anything like that, like it's going to take care of that to allow your hair to grow healthy and strong.
See, I wish my mama was, because she want to ask some questions. Let me go get her. Mama! but because she would like to know, because her hair is thinning out. Like, how do you fix thinning out hair?
So it's two things with that. If your hair is thinning because it's something going on with your scalp that's damaging it, you can actually fix. But if it's something that's just going to take place because your hair is just going to thin, then it's really nothing that you can really do about that. But how you would know is to start with treating it to see if it's something that is just going on with your hair itself. Because it might sound crazy, but our hair, it actually tells us what is lacking. So if your hair is dry, it's going to be like, hey, I'm dry. Like, you're going to touch it, it's going to feel dry, it's going to feel brittle. And with our hair, it's like mainly like every 3 days water is like our best friend. And we were always taught, don't get your hair wet because it's going to mess your hair up. It's total opposite. Water is our natural hair's best friend because it's a natural moisturizer. So when you wet your hair, spritz it with water, it doesn't have to be soaking wet, just damp it. When that's a natural moisturizer. And then when you add an oil or a cream or something like that, what that does is actually seals in the moisture from the water that you initially sprayed on it. Even like when we're combing our hair, like people will comb their hair down, but it's opposite. You should comb it up. Because when you're combing it up, you're detangling all of those kinks and tangles opposed to combing it down. Now you then push them all the way down and you have to try to pull these knots and tangles out before you get, and then you then put out half your hair trying to do it.
Yeah, I don't do all that. Sounds like a lot of work. But I
It
do
can
know
be
one
detailed.
thing. When she combed her hair, she had more hair in the comb than she have in her head.
Yeah,
So,
then it's probably something going on her scalp and the way that she's combing her hair. And if it's not moisturized, because if your hair is dry and you comb it, it's going to break for sure. When you comb your hair, you shouldn't hear any popping or clicking or anything of that nature when you're combing your hair.
Oh no,
So,
I remember them sounds. Them sounds sound so familiar because when I was a kid, your grandma would comb your hair. She'd be tearing you all up.
Back in the kitchen,
Yeah.
as they used to say
Yeah.
way back in the day. Explain to
Yeah.
us part of you've appeared in several stage shows. I know you did one out in Glassboro at the college, it's called Rowan College. You did something in Philadelphia, and also there was one other place I can't remember. But explain to us some of your experiences that you've had on stage.
Wait a minute, I wanted to talk about some hair.
Oh, he
But
wants.
go ahead. Answer his questions.
at the college in Glassboro, that was everyone's probably familiar with For Colored Girls. Tyler Perry actually did the movie about it. So it was actually, the play was off the actual book that was written. The gentleman who was directing everything, he put, a little tweak to it, add a couple of little party scenes and stuff like that in there. And it was really fun. Very nervous, a lot of rehearsals and stuff like that, but it was all in the name of love for the art. So it was cool. And then over in Philly, actually a young woman from my church, I was going to we had a business expo at church, and she had some head wraps there, and I was going to go look at her head wraps, and she had her book there, and we sparked up a conversation, and she was like, oh, I was like, I write poetry, and she was like, do you? And she asked me to be a part of it, and she said, think about it and let me know. But I already knew that I was going to say yes, because it's so funny. God is so good, because prior to going over there, I was having the conversation with God about these gifts, and she asked me that, and I'm thinking I was gonna have to, she was gonna give me a monologue, and I was gonna, do what it was that she wanted me to do. But I actually had to write my own, and then in turn, it was 2 more pieces she wanted me to write, because she added to it, and we performed that show a couple of times, and then once in the park, I did an event in a park, and I also did an event at the Supper Club.
The Stealth Club?
So right now, Supper Club.
Supper Club, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Supper Club. Right now, I'm like super excited, because I'm hoping I can get the date for April 30th, if it's available. If not, if it has to be sometime in the beginning of May, that's cool too. I'm going to be doing my first play. So I'm pushing for the beginning of the spring, April 30th, maybe the first week in May, to do that. And that's going to be, if we can secure the spot, it's at Miss Sealy's Blues. We're going to start there. I'll start there. The spot is not like really big, so for my first play, I want to kind of start off small, see how it go, and hopefully it progresses and open the door for more play dates and more people to be interested in coming through and checking it out.
Did you mention
the play is, I didn't mention it. The play is called A Moment in Thought.
A Moment in Thought?
Yes.
Okay, and we should look for that sometime around April. And all that information, additional information, will be placed on your Instagram page and or your Facebook page.
Go ahead and play.
Yes, it will be. Right now I'm getting ready to, I was trying to get some casting going on within my circle. People that I worked with in previous plays are going to be a part of it. So I wanted to go that route first before I actually open up for casting. I'm probably going to need about 3 people. So I'm going to start putting something out there for casting, but the information will be on my Instagram and Facebook page. I will do a video announcement of my excitement. Yay! Yeah.
So the acting, the songwriting, the hair, and the poetry, which one do you enjoy the most?
Honestly, I will say the poetry, like spoken word, because it's like my love. So that would be like probably like top priority. It's just my love. Like writing, period, is my love. Like, you know, my desk behind me, I have like a gazillion notebooks and binders and little slips of paper, like just they're on my desk, they're under my chair, they're under my dresser, they're under my bed. Like I'm just out of room with so much material. So I just love writing as a whole, but poetry I would have to say is my love. And acting, I'm super mega goofy. So that kind of plays a part too, but I would have to say writing is my love.
Would you like to give us a sample of some of your poetry? Don't be scared.
Okay. No. Okay.
A lot of audience here. You don't have to if you're nervous. It's okay. Some people get nervous.
No, I mean, it's always like that. So it doesn't. I think nerves are good. Anytime I perform anything, I have that little nerve going on. My mouth be like a desert. My lips be like stuck together. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then as soon as I'm done, it's like back to nothing. But anyway, I think nerves are good. I can give you a little snippet. It's a piece called Planet Rock, and I'll give you like the first verse or so to it. It's called Planet Rock.
Okay.
So quickly we live, slowly we die. I see clearly with my eyes closed, if I was popping no dose when I can't swallow pills. This scene is real when I see my mirror's image walking. It's walking. My eyes tear because my vision is so brisk. It took a while to get to this, but I could see what you have missed. Natural earth herbs make me, and I share my preserves to keep you. So quickly we live, slowly we die. I can't breathe for clear air pollution. May I be the solution when I'm still finding myself? It's all about self-wealth. Will I ever be rich? I'm a bearer of life twice. For 4 times I hold the weight of the past. That's like the first couple of verses.
Let me find out you're related to Maya Angelou.
That piece is talking about just that. We live so quick, and our living so quick. It's killing us slow. And so I'm like, I want to be that light. So everything about me, I want to share that to keep you in any way possible. And I'm not just bearing the weight of life, my own, but other people's lives. And you know, it's a line in there that says, my journey has been walked 1,000 times on many feet. So when my calluses ache, I pray for them too. So, you know, that piece is talking about that.
All right. So once again, if someone wants to reach you for any of your products,
keep on plugging this thing.
Your products or your events coming up in the future, what is the best way for them to reach you?
Wait a minute. Wait. You talking about products? She never said she had products. We never discussed anything about products.
We didn't discuss products?
You said she does
hair.
Yes.
I didn't hear.
But I said I did. I use the products that I create.
See, I didn't hear that part.
Hair products, skin products.
So you make your own products?
Yes, I make my own hair products and skin care products. So the products that I use when I actually start someone's locks or maintain someone's locks, or if they want braids or twists or something like that, I use my own products unless they say specifically they want to use something else. I always use what it is that I make, and it's all natural. So that's what I started doing in 2004 is when I started making that. So I have lock and twist gel, a lock and twist cream. You can use both of those for if your hair is just out and natural. If you want to do braids, it's good for moisture, maintaining the moisture, scalp health, and things of that nature. I also have a hair spritzer and a hair oil. And then I have one of the products, it's a body butter I have right here. It's Shea Biz body butter. I can't see the camera. I'm trying to get to the camera. And that's for your skin. It helps keep your skin hydrated, and it's all natural.
See, Bilal, we talking about hair again.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with hair because.
So hold on. What possessed you to come up with your own hair care products? You got tired of going to their store and they follow you around the store. You say, I'm not taking this shit no more. I'm gonna go ahead and make my own.
Like, I gotta get up out of here now. No. So just for the love of natural hair and wanting our hair to be healthy and finding out what exactly does that entail for our hair to be healthy. And we was under the umbrella of our hair can't grow. And
it sure can't grow in my family.
Huh?
I said it sure can't grow in my family. You see the women heads. Everybody sitting there walking around here wearing wigs, from my grandmom to the little baby. Everybody walking around with wigs.
Yeah, because you know what? Because it was like conditioned that one, our hair can't grow. Two, we were never really shown how to really properly care for our hair, because it was like, oh, we're gonna press it out, which I'm not against someone pressing their hair out if that's what they want to do. It's their choice, but just not really taught how to truly care for our hair in the state that it grows out of our head. So just me being interested and fascinated and intrigued by our hair and the different textures and wanting it to be healthy, all textures. So wanting to create something that was good for our hair and our scalp, and to let everybody know you can care for your natural hair in the state that it's in, and it can do what it is that you want it to do. You don't have to press it out or wear a wig or wear a weave or any of those things. That you can learn how to care for your hair in its natural state, and it can be healthy. So that was my focus, my love for it, and wanting my own hair to be natural and healthy, and wanting that for others as well.
Okay. So it's kind of designed to help us with our particular hair qualities, I would say.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So combating dryness and dry scalp, dry hair, itchy scalp, fungus, bacteria, any of those things. It's going to combat those things, which will then create some long, lustrous, luxurious
the flow of the locks.
Hair.
Lots of locks.
Yeah, so whether it's locked or just in its natural state, all of these products are good for that.
Do you see hair as a whole amongst our people in particular trending towards a more natural? Back in the day, way back in my time, it was more geared to where everyone wanted some type of straightening process in their hair, the process to do all of the various names. But as you see time passing on now, do you see that there's a trend among our people being more natural and accepting of their natural hair, as opposed to trying so much to fit into what mass society says our hair should look like?
Absolutely. I do see that. And the one thing I think that kind of gets under my skin a little bit, like even though we're going back to that, when I see the young ladies in there like, oh, I'm going natural. And I'm like, you're not going natural. You're returning back to natural, because you was natural before you processed your hair.
Right.
So before you put the relaxer in there, before you, press it out, whatever it is that you did to take it out of that natural state. So you're returning back to it. You're not going natural. You're returning back to natural. But I think it's beautiful. All the different natural hairstyles I see, from afros to braid outs to just wearing your coils if they're curly in the curly state. I think it's a beautiful thing. And even that, like, it's funny because even that, returning back to our natural state. It's controversy with it because now you have the world fighting against us wearing our hair the way that it grows out of our head.
So we're readjusting the narrative as far as our hair care expression is concerned.
I'm curious, can you dye locks? I never seen nobody with dyed
Absolutely.
locks.
Yep, you can dye them.
I've seen a picture of Whoopi Goldberg with her locks dyed blonde.
Yeah, people have blonde, they have green, or like you can dye them any color you want to.
It's still hair, so hair can be dyed.
Yeah, you can with our hair, like especially if you're gonna put a dye in it, whether it's locks or just your natural hair. For our hair, the moisture factor is extremely important. So if you dye your hair, you're gonna have to moisturize your hair more because if not, then it can cause damage. Like for me, I can use a hair dye that's like no ammonia, no peroxide, none of that stuff in there, and it still will make my hair break. So therefore, I don't put it in my hair. I like color, it just don't like me. But you have to definitely moisturize more frequently than you would have to if you didn't dye your hair. But you can absolutely dye your locks. So.
Okay. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you for being our guest today and giving us an idea of what we need to do for our hair and letting us know where we can go to get some inspirational words from the artists of words in the future and the present. One more time, we'd like for you to give us your contact information for anyone interested in reaching out to you for your hair care products, your up and coming events, for your spoken word and or the play you plan on putting on in the future. So if someone wants to reach Shaleena, the artist of words, how would they do that?
You can reach me on Instagram, the artist of words _. On Facebook, it's just under my name, under Shaleen Morrell.
Okay.
And as far as hair products or accessories, you can also reach me on those two sites, but you can also reach me directly. I have a business line, and that is area code 267-227-0883. And again, that is area code 267-227-0883.
Did you say that was 227?
Yes.
I just wanted you to repeat that.
Like the show.
Before you go, can we find your Reverb Nation page? You did say you had something on there. It's 2 songs that's on there, and it'll be under Shaleen Morrell. If you go on Reverb Nation and you put Shaleen Morrell, and there's 2 songs on there. One of them is it's called Speak the Word. It's actually a spoken word piece. It has music to it, and then the other one is a collaboration of me and 3 of the other artists that was also making the Holy Hip Hop CD. So you can find it on there.
Is that what it's called? Holy Hip Hop CD?
Holy Hip Hop. That's what it is.
That's the title of the CD.
Called.
Holy Hip Hop. Okay.
No, the CD wasn't the
genre is Holy Hip Hop.
Used to
Okay.
Yeah, but it's on Reverb Nation. Shaleen Morrell. You'll see it. You'll know it's me. I guess you should be able to tell me. I have on a dress. It's green and black, and my hair is up in a head wrap. So. Okay. Yeah.
Well, thanks again for your time, and I believe we're going to wrap it up unless Dave has something else he wants to say about hair or anything like that.
No, it's this podcast is not about hair. I don't know why. I don't want people thinking it's about hair or that I like hair so much, because I don't. It's nappy. Okay, it's nappy. Okay, but I want to.
It's okay. I mean, it's about all of it. So we would
like to invite you back once you sometime in the future when you're doing your thing. Just reach back out to us guys here and let us know what's going on and keep us in the loop. Yeah, from the yacht, just reach out to us, see how us poor folks are doing.
If you need somebody to teach you how to sing, maybe gospel, I can do that, because I used to be a gospel, not a gospel singer like professionally, but I used to sing on the choir.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can give you a sample of it, but not today, but
put him on the spot. Ask him to give us a little sample right now.
No, but you know what, Shaleena?
I know, right? Give us a little sample,
We can't do that. We can't do that right now because today is not a holy day for me. Maybe for you, but not for me. But I want to thank you for taking your time out your day, for actually participating and sitting here doing this show with us. And
thank you for asking me.
You're welcome. And you have a good day.
Thank
Peace be with you.
made me tough. No father, so the streets had to raise me up. I was brought up in them tenements in NYC. If you were weak, you were subject to be DIE. I was born into the game and was taught the code. I was guided to the path and I walked the road. I survived in a world where you copped the soul, and respect came fast when your pockets swole. I was carrying some weight, so I dropped my soul. I'ma eat from this world till I'm boxed and cold. Dear God, why you let me live a life like this? Dear God, why you put me through a fight like this? All I wanna know is, will I ever find some peace? All I wanna know is, will I ever find relief? At night when I'm alone on my knees, I pray that the Lord will relieve my pain. Come on.
And this concludes today's episode, and I would like to give thanks to Bilal L and to our wonderful guest for being so gracious for being part of this episode. And the song you just heard was by Shaleena and Company. To hear the full song and others, please visit her Reverb Nation page and search Shaleen Morrell. Also, you can like and follow her IG at theartistofwords_ and Facebook at Shaleena Morrell. Also, for hair care tips and accessories, she can be reached at 267-227-0883. That's 267-227-0883. Again, I'm Dave, and this is Amplify the Podcast. Until next time, I'll catch you at the next episode.